In the month of November, we pause and recollect all the reasons we have to be grateful. We are grateful for our families, for our friends and classmates, our homes, the food we eat for nourishment. We're grateful for our school, our hobbies, our personal possessions. We're grateful for beautiful weather. We're grateful we live in a time and place where there is peace, not war, in our lives. We're grateful for our lives, for our freedom, and for the beauty and majesty of our country. That's why we're going to pause right now and count our blessings today. And we're going to design a little project as an expression of our thankfulness. This is called a Thankfulness Reflection. In your Thankfulness Reflection, you are going to write about 2 specific things that you are thankful for. You'll also include an illustration to accompany your Thankfulness Reflection. Your Thankfulness Reflection is a part of your academic growth in English class, but it's also a part of your personal growth and your social-emotional development. You know, psychologists and researchers have found that if you and I take a moment every day to reflect on what we're thankful for, it's good for our emotional and physical health. When you and I are mindful of all the good things we've got going for us, we get an emotional boost. With this in mind, let's get started on this thankfulness reflection. Your learning target for this project is, I can synthesize reasons I have to be thankful into a specific, professional-looking whole. Now let's break this learning target down for a moment. What does synthesize mean? It means put together. Kind of like when you put together a puzzle, right? You've got all these little pieces, and it's your job to put it together, to synthesize all those pieces into one coherent picture. Okay? What does specific mean? You know what specific means. It's one of my favorite words. Okay? You want to be specific and not vague when you're talking about what you're thankful for. I'll show you more about what that means in a moment. And finally, it's going to be professional looking. So it's going to look amazing, clean and crisp, colorful. You're going to love it. I'm going to ask you right now to pause this video and open a new Microsoft Word document. Use the split screen function, which is the Windows key plus the right or left arrow key, so you can watch this video and work in your Word document at the same time. So here in your new Word document, I'd like you to consider 2 things you're thankful for. Really, really thankful for. And I want you to pause this video and write those 2 things down in your Word document right now. Here, I've written my 2 things. I'm thankful for my job, and I'm thankful the pandemic's coming to an end. But what do you think? Do you think I've been specific about what I'm thankful for? I don't think so. I think it's not that specific at all. So I need to redo my work So I am as specific as humanly possible. So watch what I do. Instead of saying I'm thankful for my job, let me be specific. I'm thankful. I'm thankful I get to teach English at one of the best schools in the Twin Tiers. And let's be specific. What's the name of that school? Broadway Academy. And let me be more specific. I'm thankful I get to teach English at one of the best schools in the Twin Tiers, Broadway Academy. And that I have some of the most intelligent, caring, respectful, that's specific, and hard-working students in New York State. How's that? How's that for specific? I could be even more specific. I mean, I could mention that it's 9th grade. It's not 8th grade, it's not 10th grade, it's 9th grade. That's specific, but I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's much more specific. So I'm going to get rid of this up here where it says I'm thankful for my job, because that doesn't really tell us much, right? I mean, I'm thankful not just for my job, but I'm thankful that I get to work in an amazing school and that I have some of the best and most respectful and most wonderful and hardworking students in all of New York State, from Albany to Buffalo, from Long Island to Niagara Falls, right? Look at my next thing. I said, I'm thankful the pandemic's coming to an end. Okay, I need to be more specific. So I'm going to go to the end of the line. What can I say? I'm thankful a vaccine has been produced and is available to us for free. Okay, I'm being specific. It's available to every person in the United States for free. I'm thankful for that. I think that's amazing. In my personal opinion, I'm thankful a vaccine has been produced and is available to us for free, and that fewer and fewer people are being hospitalized and dying of COVID. And let me add a little more. I want to be super specific. I'm thankful that we're not doing virtual school this year. Aren't you? I'm thankful that we can be back to normal. So let me be specific. I'm thankful our lives are getting back to normal. And that we no longer have to do virtual school. Period. Is that specific? That's pretty specific. Because I mentioned, I'm thankful there's a vaccine, I'm thankful it's for free, I'm thankful that fewer and fewer people are being hospitalized, I'm thankful that fewer and fewer people are dying. I'm really thankful. And I'm thankful our lives are getting back to normal. That's 5 things, and that we no longer have to do virtual school. I put 6 specific things right in there. I squeezed 6 specific things I'm thankful for into that. So I'm going to erase that because it's too general. And I'm going to keep a space right here. This space between the things I'm thankful for. Okay? So, I've done my job. I've made my things I'm thankful for much more specific. Right now, I want you to look at what you've written in your Word document. And I bet that it's not very specific, is it? Okay? So I need you to make your things that you're thankful for much more specific, okay? So pause this video and make changes so that you are very, very super specific about the things you're thankful for. Go ahead and pause this video right now while you make your changes. Be specific. Now it's time to add a little artwork. So I'm going to insert a picture into my Word document, and it's going to be a picture that will express something about my personality. And I'm going to make this picture autumn themed, okay? So I'm going to go to insert. You know how to do this. You know how to insert pictures. Go to online pictures. This is going to take me to Bing. And I'm going to look for something autumn themed. You're going to look for something autumn themed too, because, you know, it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, okay, etc. I'm just going to put in autumn. And which of these expresses my personality, okay? You're going to choose something that expresses your personality too, but autumn themed. I'm not sure that any of these express my personality. This is not me. That's definitely not me. Maybe this is. Maybe this is. This is a little too dark for my personality. Although maybe you like something like that. You know, it depends. It depends. You do your own search. You don't have to use autumn as your picture keyword, right? I mean, you know what to do. But you know, I kind of like this too. Maybe I like this best. I think I like that better because it's a little darker than this one. This is too light. Maybe it's a little too cheerful for me. This expresses, you know, something of my quote-unquote dark side. So, and I like the mystery of, you know, you're going into the forest and you don't know what you're going to find. So anyway, enough. I'm going to insert it. And let's see what happens. Ah, very nice. And of course, I'm going to just delete this because it doesn't look good. And you go ahead, you delete any captions that might appear. Okay, I'm happy. That is autumnal, and it expresses my personality, I think. So I want you to go ahead and pause this video while you insert your picture into your Word document. Remember, it's got to be autumn themed, and it's got to reflect your personality. You've got to be comfortable with it. So hang on. I've got my picture, I've got my two specific things I'm thankful for, but I'm going to fix the font of my text so it fills up the entire document. Because watch, I'm going to zoom out. If I print this out, it's going to look weird because there's all this white space down here, and we don't want that, okay? Because we want it to look more professional looking, right? So that means I'm going to make my font bigger. And there's an easy way you can do this. If you do Control, Shift, and then the period key, watch, Control, Shift, period, it makes your font bigger. To make your font smaller, do Control, Shift, and then the comma key, all at the same time, and then it gets smaller. Okay, so I'm going to do this again, Control, Shift, and the period key, and my font gets bigger. Okay, that's good, that's good. Ooh, that's too big, because I only want this to be on one page, right? You only want this to be a one-page document. So I'm going to do Control, Shift, comma key, and now it's smaller, and that looks picture perfect. Now, I am not a big fan of this Calibri font. Maybe you are. I don't care for it personally. So I'm going to change it to one of my favorites, which is Palatino Linotype. Okay, because that expresses my personality better. But look, oh, it's bigger. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it smaller again. I'm going to go Control Shift, comma key. Oops. For some reason that didn't work. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I got it. I got my font, which expresses my personality. Okay, and I want you to do the same thing with your document right now. I want you to choose a font that you like, that expresses your personality, but it has to be legible, okay? Nothing too fancy schmancy that we're not going to be able to read, and please don't choose like Greek or Hebrew or Arabic. Those are great languages, but we can't read them, as you know. So I want you right now to change your font, make your text so it's bigger so that your text and your image fill up your whole page, okay? So pause the video right now, make your font look bigger and more professional. So there's another thing I need to add to my work. I need a good title. I'm gonna actually come up here. Oh, I'm gonna go back and fix that later. Don't worry about it right now. I'm gonna do a title. Center it. I'm gonna center my title. I'm gonna do underline, and I'm gonna write what I am thankful. For. How's that? You know what? It's not specific, is it? What I'm thankful for. That's not specific, not in the least. And my job is to be specific. That's my learning target. So I'm gonna totally forget about that. I'm gonna delete it. I need to make it super specific. What can I say? How about 2 reasons to be thankful? That's lame too. That's pretty lame, if I say so myself. That's not specific. So how about I not use the word thankful in my title? I don't need to put that. How about, well, I'm going to say what I'm thankful for in my title. An amazing school and an end to COVID. I don't want to put COVID because I hate the word COVID. I'm just going to call it the pandemic. The word COVID, it's gross. It disgusts me. I'm done with COVID. I'm going to call it the pandemic. How's that? An amazing school, comma, and an end to the pandemic. I know it's not the most creative title in the world, but it's specific. Okay? I'm specifically mentioning the things I'm thankful for. So, it's your turn. You need to make a nice and specific title for your document. So go ahead and get to it, pause the video, and put a specific title into your work. So now I need to put the finishing touches on my document. And I want my work to look even more professional than it does right now. And actually right now it doesn't look that professional at all because that picture is not where it should be. It's supposed to be over here. And it's too big, so I'm just going to make it smaller. And oh, there we go. That still doesn't look professional. How about that? That still doesn't look professional either, does it? Okay, now that I've got it there, let me go like this. How's this? How's that for professionalism? Oop, too big. Too big, won't fit. Oops, no, that's too big. Still too big. I'm not happy. It's not exactly what I want it to look like. So I'm just going to move it over like that. Maybe I can go like this. Oh. That'll work, right? That'll do. It's not perfect. It's not exactly what I wanted, but that'll do. So, you're going to now insert a dropped capital letter. Or you're going to put 2 dropped capital letters in. It's going to make this look amazing. Check it out. How do you insert a dropped capital letter? Well, you highlight. See how I highlight that first letter, the I? Let me zoom in for you, okay? And then you're going to go to Insert up here. And go over here to this, where it says add a drop cap. Click. And click dropped like this. Not in margin, because it'll look like that. You want it to look like that. That's going to look so professional. It It looks like it came right out of a book. Check it out. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to highlight the first letter. I go to Insert. I go over here to add a drop cap. Click Dropped, not in the margin. I don't think that looks right. That's, I just don't. That looks good. Let me zoom out so you can see. Let's see what happened. You see what happened when I put those drop caps in, it made my picture go to the other side. So I have to make the picture smaller now. Okay. That. Stretch it out a bit. That doesn't look so bad, does it? It's not terribly distorted. That still works. I'll stretch it out a little bit like this. Oops, that's too much. Okay. I think I'm good. I don't think it's going to get better than that. So, it's your turn to practice making 2 dropped capital letters in your document. I want you to make a dropped capital letter for the first thing you're thankful for, and then I want you to make a dropped capital letter for the second thing you are thankful for. Okay, go ahead, pause the video, and put your 2 dropped capital letters into your document. So what else can I do to make my Word document look even more professional? Well, I'm going to add a page border right now. And a page border will draw my reader's attention and their eyes right to my document. So here's what I'm going to do. At the top of the screen, I click on Design right here. And then on the far right of the screen, I'm going to click on Page Borders. Check out what I'm going to do. Maybe you already know how to do this. If you do, good. I am happy. I'm going to choose a style. Well, there's that simple line. So that would be a line all around the page. I don't know if I want just a line. I don't think I want something dotted, although maybe you like that. Maybe you think that'll look good. When I do page borders, sometimes I choose this triple line here. So you can see that's what it's going to look like. Or I like to choose one of these. There's a very dark, bold line with a smaller line, or a more thin line. Or sometimes I like this. I like this solid, thick line, and then the 2 on either side, the 2 thinner ones. You can adjust the width too. So I'm going to actually go with 6 point. That's going to be nice. Maybe that's going to be too thick. I don't know. We'll see. We'll test it out. And I'm going to change my color. I'm going to change it to something autumnal. I'm going to choose. Maybe this gold color. Let's see how that works. Okay, I don't know. So I'm gonna click OK. Huh. I actually like that. I think that looks really good. I think it goes well with the black of the text, and it goes nicely with the autumn leaves in my image. I'm happy with that page border. I don't know about you. Anyway, I'm gonna stick with it. I want you right now to practice inserting a page border into your Word document. So go ahead, pause the video, and put a page border in, and feel free to change your page border color, change your style, change your thickness. You can make it super thin, super thick, you can make it medium. Just make sure that you're happy with it, that it expresses your personality, and that it looks professional. Well, now it's time for me to proofread my work. So I'm going to read this whole thing aloud to make sure it makes sense. To make sure I haven't made any mistakes. Okay, so watch me. I'm going to do the whole thing aloud, and you're going to do the same thing with yours. Read it aloud. I'm going to start with my title, An Amazing School and an End to the Pandemic. Looking good. I'm thankful I get to teach English at one of the best schools in the Twin Tiers, Broadway Academy, and that I have some of the most intelligent, caring, respectful, and hardworking students in New York State. Good. Next, I'm thankful a vaccine has been produced and is available to us for free, and that fewer and fewer people are being hospitalized and dying of COVID. I'm thankful our lives are getting back to normal and that we no longer have to do virtual school. Perfect. And for some reason, Microsoft Word is underlining have to. I think they think it's too informal of a style, but that's okay. I'm going to stick with it. I'm good. Right now, I want you to pause this video and read your work aloud. Read every single word aloud. Check and see if you've made any errors, okay? Make sure you're reading aloud. But I've forgotten one thing. I've forgotten my name. So I'm going to use my touch screen. And with my finger, I'm going to sign my name at the bottom of my document. And let me show you how I'm going to do that. Because right now, look, my zoom is on 60%. I'm going to zoom way in. Even more. I'm going to zoom in all the way to about, even more than 200. I'm at 240 right now, 240%. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign my name right here by zooming in. I'm going to choose this pen. I'm not going to do pink ink. I'm going to do, how about orange? Because that complements my color that I've chosen, with the autumn leaves, that complements it nicely. Okay, so now that I'm zoomed in, I'm going to use my little finger, my pinky, and right here, in this area, I'm going to sign my name in my neatest cursive handwriting. Oh, that's too thick. I don't like that. I'm going to do Control-Z to undo. The ink is way too thick. Or maybe my finger's too thick. So I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to the thinnest one. Check that out. And now I'm going to go back down to that place, that lower right-hand corner. You can sign it wherever you want, by the way. Just make sure it looks professional. I like it in the lower right-hand corner of that picture. I'm going to try again with my pinky finger. That looks more like it. See, and that's quite neat. Dot my I, cross my T. Now watch this. When I zoom out from 240, check out that. Do you see why I zoomed in? Because I think you understand. Because when you're just at 100%, it's really hard to write properly and legibly, so that it's also small enough to fit in the space that you're putting it in. Okay, so that's why I zoomed in. You try that trick too, okay? I want you to pause the video and I want you to put your signature anywhere on the work. Just make sure it looks professional. You can use whatever color, whatever style you want. You don't have to use cursive. You can print. You can, do it as you please. Make it look good. Make it look like something that expresses your personality. So now it's time to save this document. I'm going to hit Control-S, and I'm going to save this document with my name in the title. So I'm going to call it Thankfulness. No, I'm going to call it Mark Loftus. Oops, can I spell my own name? Thankfulness Reflection, just like that. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. It is saved. You go ahead and pause the video and save this document with your name in the title of the document. At long last, it's time to share this document. please share your document with me. After you've shared it, I will print your document out on the school's printer, and it will look absolutely magnificent. So go ahead and save your document, share it with me. Great work! I can't wait to see and read your work, and I thank